This is the obvious one. This is Ichimoku strategies. Everyone good?
Yeah.
Yes? Well, what are we looking for? We know Ichimoku, don't we? Yeah? So let's go through and let's map out what are all the Ichimoku strategies. Oops. And then what we're going to do is we're going to create a scanner behind them. Strategy. What is one? Cloud breakout with pivot. Agreed? Yeah? You want to do pullbacks or breakouts? You prefer breakouts. Agreed? Okay. If you're a pullback trader, yes? You're looking for pullback at SKB, yes? Which equals higher time frame what? Cajunson. Let's just say green. Everyone good?
Yeah.
Or pullback at green, which equals what? Higher time frame what? Red. Everyone good? Now, when you have a cloud breakout, what else do you want? You want the future cloud to be what in your direction, don't you? What else do you want? Huh?
Price.
Price red green?
Yeah.
Okay. 4 rules. Yes?
Yeah.
What else? Sorry? That's in the 4 rules.
Sorry?
4 rules.
On the food, sorry.
4 Ichimoku rules.
Oh, what price above cloud?
That's all in the 4 rules.
Oh, sorry. Generically. In the
Yep,
sorry,
all
I did
4.
it by net. Do it.
Agreed?
Sorry.
Now, anything else?
2-bar rule.
That's after you enter the trade. I'm talking about scanning for opportunities. We got 8,500 stocks. How do you narrow it down?
Optimization. Well, scan.
Well, that's what we're going to create, a scanner, but we need to talk about it first. Before we start creating these things, we need to make sure we have it on paper, don't we? Yeah? How about what? Over $40. Yes? How about average, IV, or lower?
Yes.
How about not average, IV, average, or lower? Maybe what? 60-day volume of 500K at least. Yeah? What else? Anything else? Well, we can't do that. How about higher time frame has to be in the same direction? Higher time frame has to be what? Bullish or bearish? Above the cloud or below the cloud? Yes? Yeah? Direction? You want a strategy on the higher time frame? Everyone good? Yeah? Anything else? No? So watch. We did that, right? Yes?
Yeah.
So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here and I'm going to come to the scanner. Everyone okay? And what I'm going to do is the very first thing in my scanner, I'm going to go to profiles and reset my parameters. Everyone okay with that? Yes? And the reason why is I don't want any of the things I've selected to interfere. Okay? Now, right now in the scanner, you have daily and weekly options. Agreed? So I'm going to come to the daily and I want a strategy that's what? Cloud breakout would confirm. That's the pivot. Everyone okay with that? Yes? Do you want bullish or bearish?
Bullish.
bullish. So I'm going to set this to bullish. Agreed? And I'm going to say direction is going to be what? Bullish. Agreed? Do I want the future cloud to be bullish right now? Yes? Everyone see that? So now there's 32 here and there's 32 times 8. That's a lot of instruments, isn't it? Yes? So then I'm going to come back here. Yeah? And what am I going to do? Price above what? Ah. And volume what? There you go. See that? Now we want to look at volume. We want to look at what? IV, don't we? Yes? So I'm going to put average IV, and I want to see the current IV. Everyone good? And in here, then I want to go to options here, and I want volatility to be average. Agreed? There's nothing. What if it's low, 1% or lower? Nothing. So what was it? If you look at the IV, if you look at the IVs, they're what? They're high, aren't they? Right? So you could say here, average, and at the end of the day, right now, there's nothing, is there? Agree? Anthony?
Yeah.
There's nothing there. You guys see that?
Yeah.
However, I'm going to come to the profile. I'm going to save, and I want to save this profile. What do you want to call it? Australia, cloud, daily, cloud, yeah? Average IV, yeah? Click OK. And if you scroll down here, it's right here, agreed? See this daily emails? Turn that on. Every night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, it'll run that scan for you and send you an email with all the results. You don't have to come in here and do it again. So when you wake up, guess what? You have an email with all the opportunities for you. How's that sound? Sounds good, doesn't it? If you want, guess what? I have some profiles here already for you. See this? Price of SR? That looks at everything where price is right now at the daily SKB, which is equaling price at being at the weekly green line. So yellow matching the green line. You guys see that? The second one here is,
How'd you set that up?
okay, so how do we set that up? So if you come down here, we're gonna what? Reset profiles. You could either steal mine or you could create it yourself. Because what you can do is click on mine here,
Yeah.
the ones I give you, right here, and then add your own filtering and then what? Save it. But let's do this. Let's go to daily. You want price to be at what? SKB to be what? Touching.
Oh, okay. Alright.
Agreed?
Yeah. Price, 10, 11.
And on the weekly, you want it to be touching what? The green line, agreed? So boom, these are all your time frame matches. You see it? And now what are we going to do? We want to make sure we go what? Price above what? Price, fat fingers today. Price above 40. Average IV what? volume over 500. We're narrowing down, aren't we? Yeah? Options filter to be what? Let's see, let's just try average for right now. 1. And it's a bond. Do you see that? Yeah? But then you click on this and say I want to keep the current and I want the average and update, and then you save this profile. You guys see that? How's that look? So now, do you know how to do that? So you could do one like here, which is yellow on the trading time frame that matches what? Green on the higher. Or you could do this one, which is green on the trading time frame that matches what? Red on the higher. You guys see that? Yeah? And then you could add your own filters. Agree?
Okay, so you still got to go and change those profiles to the.
Sorry?
You're going to change the profiles for the instrument you want as well.
What do you mean instrument you want?
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you come to general,
Yeah.
this is right now looking for everything, stocks, currencies, and futures. So if you just want to do currencies where you're doing time frame matching, you do here and save that profile as currency, time frame match, and it'll come up as a separate email. Everyone good? Yeah?
Yeah.
And then you could do everything in here. What's this look for? What do you think this looks for? I don't know. Let's click on it. Let's say Mash is crazy. I don't know what he did here. So I click on his profile, right? So when you click on it, then all you have to do is go into the tabs and it'll tell you what I set up. On a daily, what do I set up? Do you see it? Look, bearish and what? Bearish on a daily. And over here, what is this? Bearish and bearish. It's not looking for a strategy, but all it's telling me is everything that's what? Below the cloud on the daily and weekly. You guys see that? So these are true bearish what? Opportunities, aren't they? Not flukes, are they? Because they're below the cloud on the weekly, that means it's not a pullback. So if you look here and filter, I didn't purposely give you this filter so it'll allow people to choose whatever they want. So come in here. We're narrowing down, aren't we? So now what? Well, you could look for what? Strategy, couldn't you? Let's look for a bearish strategy. If it has a strategy right now, it's not going to be good. Let's talk reality. So it's only what? 2 of them. You guys see that? Yeah?
Yeah.
However, it could be in what? High probability, couldn't it? Yeah? Yes? So these are what? High probability, right? Yeah? What if you want something very what? Overextended. Boom. These are the ones that completely drastically what? Dropped. You guys see that? They're right in what? Trending. You guys see that? Yeah? And if you want over here, you can come over here and say, I want these to be also what? High probability too. So these are trending on 2 time frames, and look at that. These are the true bearish trades right here. These right there. That is a 2 time frame what? Bearish trend. All you have to do is look for on the 4-hour what? A pullback and take the trades. So anything you can think of in the Ichimoku strategy, it's here. You guys see that? Any questions so far? No? Yes? Maybe? No? We are going to be adding more here. Okay? If you look at the column filters, you could see you're going to have a yield. So if you want to look for stocks that have dividends, that's coming. If you want to look for a PE ratio of some sort, that's coming. If you want to see how many days to earnings, that's coming. There's a lot more stuff we're coming in. It's coming in with time. You guys understand that? Yes? So, and believe it or not, right now, you only have the ability to look at what? Stocks, currencies, and futures, right? Every global market's going to be in here, even Australia. So you're going to be able to set the profiles up for time frame matching, right, and put it in here. Here's the best part. See this daily? Yes? That's going to say time frame match 1. This is going to say time frame 2, and you're going to have 2 more. So now you're going to be able to do time frame matching on 4 time frames at one time, and you choose the time frames you want it to match. So you could do 4 hours, dailies and weeklies, 4 hours daily, weekly, monthly, whatever you want, and real time. So this heat map here, which has limited functionality right now, only on certain things it could do, which are here, it's about to be expanded real time to go and start offering every feature that's on the scanner. You guys see that?
Nice.
So that's what we've been working on for 2 months. You guys have probably seen the heat map down every so often. That's because we're playing. We're actually playing so much to a point we're causing the data feed providers to crash.
But the other night was all zero.
Yeah, if you guys see issues, just bear with us, but understand that we're adding new functionality for you for free, right? Just tell us if you see issues. You guys
I just didn't know whether it was something I missed.
No, just tell us.
Yeah.
It's not a big deal. But everything's going to be in form of a report now, where you have these reports. You see that? Now, the other thing while we're doing this is if you look at the E-mini is biased. Wouldn't you agree? The S&P 500 is biased by a couple of stocks. They dominate it. Before the S&P, you could look at the S&P and it really be a good judgment of the U.S. market. Agree? So what we're doing is we're coming up with our own indicator. Now forgive me here, our programmer still hasn't got rid of the zeros. Okay, we're working for it. But look at this. If I put my mouse over here, this tells me how many stocks out of 8,500 stocks are below the cloud right now. You guys see that? How many is that? 53.72, right?
Yeah.
What happened yesterday? 54.70, 54.10. So it didn't increase that much, did it? Even though the market's tagging some more. Over here, the blue, these are what? Bullish stocks, agreed? Look how many bullish stocks we had yesterday. It only what? Decreased. Just by what? A tad, isn't it? So the markets show a drastic move down yesterday, but I don't see it reflected in the stocks, do you? Let's look at daily and weekly. These are daily and weekly bearish stocks. No, how many are there? There's only 2,500. How about over here? Look at this. There's only 642 that are still left. That are what? Bullish out of what? 8,500. How do you find those? You could go to the scanner and find everything above the cloud on both the daily and weekly, right? And that'll give you that value. You guys see it? But here's what it is. Compare it to the past. Look at it. It's what? Only dropped a little, isn't it? So the bullish, the daily, weekly bullish are what? Stabilizing, aren't they? You guys see that? Notice what's happening here. Even though the market's going down, what's happening to our values? They're what? Stabilizing. You guys see that? What's that telling you? That's divergence. You guys see that? Markets are going lower and lower, but what's happening with the stocks below, underneath? They're not going lower and lower that many, are they? You guys see that? So this, sooner or later, is going to be Ichimoku chart of the E-mini overlaid on this. So you're going to be able to look at this and really gauge to see what the market's going. So we're creating our own indicator now to based on the markets, determine when we're at highs and lows to see if it's really true that's going on or not. You guys see it? Any questions?
What do we use the E-mini number?
I can't hear you.
So why do we use the E-mini number?
Because everyone else in the world right now judges that market. Okay? It's judged. Everyone still judges the U.S. stock market by that indicator, right? But when you're at an all-time high, you don't have support resistances to determine how far it's going to go, agree? So the only thing you can look at is what? This. Remember, you don't have a resistance from history because you're at an all-time high. So this is helping us to determine when we're reaching what? Tops. Do you see that? Because if the market's making new higher highs and the stocks are what? If you look here, wouldn't you think the daily bullish stocks will be higher than the daily bearish stocks? The markets are making highs. Look here, when we first started doing this, there's 3,300 stocks that are what? Bearish. How many are there bullish? 2972. How can that be when on September 17 we're what? Making new highs. Watch. Let's go back to 1. Now, in here, if you look, we made a new high on what date? 9/19. Everyone see that? Yeah? If you look at the 9/19, right here, we had how many bullish stocks? 2983, right? How many bearish? Well, guess what? When you're at all-time high, wouldn't you think there's more bullish stocks than bearish on a daily? So what happened? It was fake. And the reason why is the S&P is now dominated by a couple of stocks. So if a couple of stocks move up, the S&P looks like it's going what? Bullish. You guys see it?
So on your chart, when it goes after that, when it falls, does the...
This shouldn't be there. The zero shouldn't be there.
No, but when it peels back, does the red and the blue swap?
It should.
It should, yeah.
That's what you need to do. See this bullish right here? This needs to start what? Increasing.
Yeah.
You guys see that? This needs to increase and the bearish needs to what? Decrease. Once you see both of those signs moving, guess what? We just hit a what? Bottom. You guys see that?
And that's just based on above and below the cloud?
Yeah, that's it. Simple, isn't it? 8,500 stops, that's it. No other assumptions, just looking at that. Because really, if everything's great in the market, everything should be start moving above the cloud, shouldn't it?
Yeah.
Or if anything, you look at the daily, weekly. I mean, look at this. There's 2,500 stocks below the cloud on both the daily and weekly, agreed?
Mm-hmm.
And over here, there's how many above the cloud? 642. That's 3 times more bearish stocks than bullish. 4 times, sorry. So how can we be in a bullish market? You guys see that? Any questions? So you guys know how to set up the scans? How many of you guys do green line cross strategy? No one? Well, you could set up the scan for that too, can't you? Yeah? Which is what? Green line cross, confirm. Yes? Bullish, bearish, everything, couldn't you? Yeah?
Yeah.
So you can set up both things, can't you? Any questions? No?
It's going to be a good scanner, isn't it?
Oh, you haven't seen anything yet. Wait till the end of this year. People in my office joke at me. Is it going to start printing money? Like, yeah.